Hello, hello, families. This is Career Coach Tish. I'm here today because I want to talk about this. This is my template that I use when I'm working with students. Okay, this is not an end all be all, it's just a template. It helps to help me think about what I want to put down on here and how I want to organize it. So you may be asking yourself, why is she talking to me about a resume for youth? Summer's almost over. They are going back to school. We ain't getting no jobs right now because I gotta go. I'm not going to 25 different places. They're already involved in sports and all these other activities. I'm not going to add a job to it unless we have to. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because even though they may not be working in the fall or the winter, or maybe not even in the spring, but when it comes to summertime, you're going to have to go all the way back to the beginning of the school year and maybe years before and fill in all this information because you didn't do it in advance. Yeah, don't like that, huh? So, even if they're not applying for a job right now, let's say that they are participating in a sport or they're participating in a leadership organization or they're participating in some type of club. You want to start writing it down in a Word document or a Google Doc, somewhere where you can save it and be able to get back to it and plug it in to a template like this. That's going to save you a lot of time. And you may be thinking like, wait a minute, I don't know what skills they're gaining from that or what I'm going to plug in the skills sections regarding that. Go to ChatGPT and type in the type of position or what type of leadership role or sport and activity that they're in and ask them to give you like 5 skills that a youth will gain from this activity. And then they will give you those prompts. They will give you the answer to that prompt. They will tell you exactly what skills that student will gain from being a part of those activities. And then you can plug those skills in up here. Yeah. Attributes. Attributes is basically some adjective that describes your child or your youth. Based on your experience with them, based on how you see them interact with others and how they do in school. You could put in that they are self-disciplined, a self-starter, team player. They are self-motivated is always the one I always go to. It's just a common thing for me. Responsible, good with time management, those kind of skills are great. Leader, so you want to put those things in here in your attributes. And then, of course, you want to put in whether or not they're seeking a part-time or full-time internship or position. And then over here, what type of role would they be playing? Would it be a student intern or would they be actually employed as a customer service representative, cashier, whatever that may be? And then you could put where it's going to be at. If you know the specific company, you could put it there if you're tailoring this resume to that specific company. If you don't know that specific company, but you want to make it a little bit broader, you could put in the industry or the field, right? So like a local grocer instead of Kroger's or Walmart, or you want to put in there a local pet store instead of putting the actual name of the pet store. Okay, so I'm just saying you can make it broader or you can narrow it based on what you know about your students or your youth position. And then, of course, we already talked about the skills, right? You want to use ChatGPT for that. You already know the school, right? You already know when they're expected to graduate. And then down here in the employer, if you know they had prior jobs, you can put that there. If they never had a prior job, bam, put their volunteer experience. See, this is why it's important for you to do it now and not later, or at least get familiar with a resume so that you can have it ready for them when the time comes. Because you're going to have to remember who they worked for, what they did, from when did they start and when did they end. And then look at here at the bottom, leadership and awards. So I have a 3-inch binder from the time my daughter was in preschool up to the grade she's in now. She's almost done with high school, y'all. So that's a thick binder and it's almost full, right? So I put all of her award certificate, character awards, athletic awards, leadership awards, Girl Scout awards, anything that she's done, I put it in there. So I can always go back and pull on that experience to put it in her leadership experience and awards section. So I'm telling you, this is not in vain. We all need to start thinking about this early so that when the time comes for them to apply for college, a job, internship, or if they just want to apply to be a part of an organization and they need a resume or they need to answer essay questions based on their experience and some of their leadership awards or attributes, you can have that information already and plug it in. So I'm just trying to save you some time so that you don't have to think about it at the last minute and start from scratch. So just go ahead and collect it all, put it in a binder, put it aside, write it down in a document, and then come back to this format and use it. All right, like I always say, make sure that your family, according to what I always say, go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. Because we want our students to excel. I want them to go from having potential to fulfilling their purpose. Okay? So I'm going to be with you, parents, along this journey because I know what it's like to go through this alone. So I'm here for you to give you some support, give you some advice, and some resources. Talk to you soon. Continue to have a blessed day. Career Coach Tish out.